In this video, I'd like to talk to you guys about the differences between the low, medium, and high-end models of the Philips Superautomatic espresso machines. So this model right here is the 2200, also known as the 1200, 800, and Carina. This is the 3200 right here, and here we got the 5400. Now between these two, there's another one called the 4300, and the 4300 sits kind of in between. It's got a display, as does the 5400, but it's got fewer drinks. So talking about drinks, what is really the difference between these models? Because it's not the brew group. This is the brew group right here, and all of these machines use exactly the same brew group. In fact, this brew group is used in Philips machines, in Seiko machines, and in Gage machines. So, with that being the case, these all have the same capabilities. The difference is really only in the automated drinks available on each machine and the ease of use. So when all you have are buttons, that makes things easier. You just press a simple button for your choice. But when it comes to descaling the machine, for example, setting the temperature on the machine, it's more simple when you actually have a visual display. Okay, so the drinks that all these machines have in common are espresso, coffee, and hot water. That's what you've got on the 2200 as automated functions. Okay, so on the 3200, you have an additional drink as well, which is going to be either a long black or an Americano. Plus, you've got two milk-based drinks. You've got a Latte Macchiato and a Cappuccino. And on this 3200, you've got the LatteGo milk container. That allows you to automatically froth milk. You'll see that on this 2200 model, what we've got on here is an actual steam wand. So you got to steam your milk manually with this one. On the 5400, again, we have the LatteGo milk container, and we have a whole host more drinks on the top. So besides the ones already mentioned, you have Cafe au lait, and then you can press a button to get to further drinks. Now something else that sets apart the machines with the display is that they have also some profiles. So the 5400 has got 4 profiles that you can set up for different members of your household. The 4300 has 2. So really the difference between the 5400 and the 4300 is that this one has got 12 automated drinks and 4 profiles, whereas the 4300, which is not pictured here, has 8 drinks that are automated and 2 profiles. Now these machines are really essentially the same, and that is the point I want to make with this video. They have the same brew group. They've got the same grinder inside. They got the same build. If you look at the machines and the aesthetics, the build quality, it's the same as far as I can tell. So with that being the case, really the only difference and the question that you need to answer is, are you satisfied with just having automated buttons for espresso and for coffee, maybe hot water? Or would you like more options, such as Latte Macchiato, Cappuccino, or on this one you can even get, for example, a flat white. But really, what you can do with this machine, you can do with this one as well. It's just less automated. But the quality of the machines, the build quality, and the drinks that you get out are, in my opinion, really very comparable. What you will notice is that the drip tray on the cheapest model is plastic. This one on the mid-range model is metal, as it is here on the 5400 too. That's metal. And the 5400's got a metal top here, whereas on the cheaper models it's just a plastic top here. But really, those are the main differences.
Getting value from this video? Please take a moment to like and subscribe.
All right, so I mentioned that all of these share the same internal components: brew group, grinder, heating system. So what I'm going to do is pull an espresso on each one of these models. We're going to compare them. They really ought to be the same. I also have all of these set up for high heat. So let's see what we get. I've got them set up for the largest amount of ground amounts, the shortest shot possible. So that should be about 10 seconds of grinding. and it should be about 30 milliliters of liquid out. Let's give it a shot. All right, we got 35 grams here on the 5400, 32 grams on the 3200, and 37 grams here on the 2200. So all pretty close to each other. I would say also that they all look quite similar in regards to intensity. I mean, they should have the same grind amount. I've got them all set up on a grind size of 2, so I'm on the fine end of the spectrum. So all the parameters are the same. I'm also using, of course, the same beans. So 2200, not bad. 3200, very similar. I have to say, to me, I can't really determine much of a difference at all between these three shots here. Again, they're using the same parameters, so I wouldn't expect to notice a big difference, but also in temperature, they seem to be the same as well. Alrighty, so you see that the espresso drinks are very similar, but let's take a look at the milk-based drinks, because here there's going to be a difference, of course. We have to steam manually on the 2200. On the 3200, you can only choose an amount, low, medium, and high as far as your milk is concerned. Same thing for your espresso. Whereas on the 5400, you can choose the exact milliliters that you want. I've chosen 150 here. Let's see how much we actually get out in each of these. I've got this one set for a medium amount of milk froth. Let's give her a shot. And in the meantime, I'm gonna steam manually on this one. Alright, so on the 2200, I've steamed my milk manually. It's very frothy because of the Panarello on there, but I think the texture is actually going to be decent. Take a look at that, not bad. Now we got to pull the shot on top of it. All right, in this experiment, actually these two look very good on the 2200 and 3200. The manually done one and the one where I frothed to a medium amount. This one, it seems to only have given me here about half of a cup. So I'm gonna actually increase the milk and try it again on the 5400. All right, so that seems to be just the right volume for this cup here. 200 milliliters is what I had set up for the milk foam. And the milk foam it's okay. I mean, it's a little frothy, to be honest. But you have to keep in mind, these are super automatics here. This one's frothy, it's also a little bit older. And this is the manually frothed one. So I'm just going to give each of these a stir, get them mixed up a little better, and see if I can tell a big difference between them. Cheers. Pretty good. I mean, the foam is a bit on the foamy side. It's not what I would call micro foam, it's aerated foam. But still, it's a pretty tasty drink. On the 3200? That's interesting. That one is actually a fair amount warmer than the 3200, although they were done at about the same time. So 45 degrees. Yeah, this is like at 54 degrees. And let's try this most recent one made by the 5400. It's nice and hot. I mean, these are pleasant drinks. They are missing some intensity for me because I come from using portafilter type machines. So the intensity of the espresso is lacking because each of these makes small pucks, anywhere between 5 and 8.5 grams at the most. Now, almost 60 degrees on this one. So with that being the case, although these are pleasant drinks, they're really more on the mild side. So I hope that this video was helpful for you in deciding which of these could fulfill your needs. Are you satisfied with something simple like the 2200 where you have to manually steam? Or would you like something more automated like the 3200 or the 5400? And of course, with the milk foam here on the 2200 where you steam automatically, that is dependent on how long you steam for. So I must have stopped a little bit too early, but it was getting too foamy. As you could see from the B-roll, the foam was just coming up, so I had to stop. Well, anyway, not being satisfied with that result, I got a bigger milk pitcher like you can see here, and that actually has enough volume that you can steam it hot enough before that milk froth touches the brim there, and then you can get up to 65 degrees or so of temperature. So that's more than enough. Poured into a glass, then you're looking at about 53, 55 degrees. I'm going to end the video here. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I say happy coffee drinking and happy espresso drinking. Bye now.